We're dealing with an issue involving the state's irresponsibility and misconduct in failing to maintain the roads and bridges here in the Seneca Nation of Indians. This dispute relates in particular to the 5 and 20 bridge, the Mile Strip Road Bridge, the Route 438 bridge, bridges that are in gross states of disrepair and for which the state of New York is refusing to replace, in the case of the 5 and 20 bridge, a major arterial that affects lives of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The Southern Tier Expressway is also a matter of grave concern that the state is refusing to maintain it because it is refusing to maintain compliance with the Seneca Nation's employment rights law, a law that has been in place for 20 years, a law that requires the state to ensure Seneca preference in employment, but to also pay a contracting fee of 3.5% on all work conducted in our territory. We are gravely concerned because the state's misconduct has gotten to the point that the state is now jeopardizing public safety. Since 1994, the state of New York has received federal dollars from the Department of Interior and the Department of Transportation for the reconstruction and maintenance of bridges and roads in the Seneca Nation. The state has failed to fulfill its obligations under that 1994 agreement with the United States. And in particular, it has failed to utilize those funds to replace the 5 and 20 bridge. So today, we are calling upon the Inspector General of the Department of Interior, the Department of Transportation to investigate New York State's misconduct with respect to the failure to utilize federal dollars properly to maintain the roads and bridges here in the Seneca Nation. Now, within the last 24 hours, we've received a rumor, a phantom myth of a communication that the state wants us to use dollars held in dispute over the gaming exclusivity to somehow use that to pay the state's share of this tariff fee. Only a fool would consider such a proposal, were it to be true. I've received no written communication from the governor's office. I have no notion on behalf of our nation whether this is true or not. But the fact that it has been leaked to the media as news justifies some response. The dollars held in dispute with respect to the gaming compact is a separate dispute. It is something that there is a legal process in place to allow for arbitration. But the fact that the state and the governor's office would link gaming dollars in dispute to highway issues evidences the true justification and the true sentiment of what's going on here. This is retaliation. The state of New York is retaliating against the Seneca Nation and all of the people affected by the Seneca Nation and the non-natives who live in our area because of its belligerence and its willingness to cheat us on gaming issues. That's unacceptable. For almost 20 years, I have worked on behalf of my nation, as have others standing with me. And we have never, despite all the many years of conflict with the state over issues, jeopardized public safety, highway issues, or education issues because of other conflicts over resources and our treaty rights. This is unprecedented, and today we call upon the governor to stop this foolishness, stop this belligerence, stop this disrespect of our nation and our sovereignty and our neighbors here in Western New York, and get back to work, follow our laws, reimburse the contractors for the tariff fees, and allow this project to move forward. Most recently, in the last couple of hours, we have received word that the Department of Transportation Commissioner, Ms. McDonald, was just up the road in Evans in our backyard. Here, ostensibly, to do what she could to smear and discredit the Seneca Nation. It's hard to imagine a greater act of cowardice than to come into our backyard for purposes of smearing us and our people because of our valued treaty rights and our valued laws. The lies, the misrepresentations about what's going on here is despicable. It is unacceptable. And our 3 of our counselors went up to that press conference and communicated personally to the commissioner to invite her to come to this meeting that we just had with representatives from regional government, from state government, and federal government for purposes of discussing this issue. She refused. I cannot imagine, given the stakes that are involved, any more callous disregard for public safety on behalf of the commissioner as well as the governor. Last year, Governor Cuomo sent me a letter, a very nice letter, and I'll be glad to share copies with you, in which he promised to work together for the benefit of the people of the state of New York and the people of the Seneca Nation, in which he expressed a willingness to sit down and talk soon to resolve these issues, not just the highway issues, but perhaps other issues that affect the nation's treaty rights. We've had no meetings with the governor. We've had a very good first start shortly after this letter with the Lieutenant Governor, a positive discussion, but that's the last time we've had any meaningful discussions at all with the Governor's office.